Hi, I'm Ali King. Welcome to this aerial yoga class for the spine. Take a moment to fully relax, close the eyes, in seated position, take the hands to prayer, ankles crossed. Start breathing into the belly. Think of calm and relaxation. On the inhale, feel the belly push into the right hand with the right hand on the belly. Exhale, empty. Repeat that breath. And then take the hands back to prayer. Reach up to the sky, inhale. Exhale, arms down to the sides, nice deep stretch. Repeat the movement with breath. Inhale to raise the hands. And exhale down through prayer. Inhaling to rise. Exhaling to release. Eventually, praying in center, open the hands to the sides for a cactus stretch. Reach the elbows back and the shoulder blades together. Interlace the fingers, soften the chin to the chest, push the hands away, exhale here. Inhale back, prayer at center. Exhale, cactus stretch, reach those shoulder blades back. Interlace the fingers, push away, and repeat the stretch with the breath. Starting to warm up the spine before the inversion. Take the hands to the sides, place them on the mat, and just shrug the shoulders up and down, releasing any tension. Come onto the knees, place the palms underneath the shoulders, shoulder distance apart. Think of the knees under the hips. Stretch to a cat-cow, chest through shoulders, inhale, exhale, empty, chin to chest, drop the tailbone. Open up on the inhale, let the tailbone rise, and exhale to empty, dome the spine. Repeat your flow as you open up that spine, really warming up the spine. Notice the full articulation and curvature you have of your spine. Breathe into it. Stretch like a cat. Open up. Soften your elbows down and then sweep left to right. Really enjoying that stretch, finding all the mobility through the spine. Floating to the left and floating to the right as you rock the hips left and right. Think of this as sort of a wild cat-cow pose. So you're mobilizing the body in a loose, gentle way. Then walk the hands forwards in front of the shoulders and deeply stretch through the arms, reach the hips back. Sort of a child's pose stretch here, really nice and long. Then gently raise the knees away from the mat. Lift the hips high to a downward dog stretch. Soften the knees to chest. Think of the belly to the knees and then walk out the heels as you walk out the legs. We're opening up the backs of the legs now, stretching through the upper body. Try and deepen that bend in the knees and then push the legs away. Play with the stretch. Shoulders over wrists and then back away. From here, come back to the knees. Stretch the arms forwards. We're going to go for a lovely puppy stretch here. Think of the puppy dog. Try to leave the hips over the knees for this one and slope the spine as the chest reaches right down to that mat. And then draw back up. Release the chest high as you sit on the heels. Pop the hands through the hammock now. We'll start using the hammock to stretch. Interlace the fingers, get a nice grip. Don't worry too much about this first grip. Focus on just holding the hammock in any grip you can find to start and then stretching that spine. Open up the gaze and then drop chin to chest. So again, as we're focusing on spine release today, just find any curvature you can of the spine. So all that snake-like movement really helps to release out tension in the spine. So we're going to use that hammock to help stretch the vertebrae. So think of that full length. Open the knees and gently sway left to right as you drop the chest. Curve back up, chin to chest. Drop the knees together. Use the hammock to lift up and walk your knees forwards. So the head's just under your two hooks. Now we're going to do a little spine release. Gently roll those shoulders back, take the gaze back, hold the hammock, lift the chest, and feel that beautiful stretch, opening up the chest. Lift forwards. Think of sorbet, so counteract the pose, stretch ahead, and then go back through the pose. It's like a little camel, very similar to a hatha camel, but very gentle because we're holding the hammock. You can deeply relax the neck and then come up. Stand now in front of your hammock, face forwards with the hammock behind you. Relax the toes down, think of the four corners of the feet, hands to the sides, spread the palms. Inhale to float the hands up, stretch the spine. Exhale, draw the hands back down. Inhale, raise the hands high like a sun salutation. Exhale, arms low. Repeat that stretch with breath, opening up. Take the left hand high, drop the right hand to the side, and deeply stretch the left hand over. Side body stretch, left side. Right hand up, right hand over, left arm releases, right side stretch, and switch. Really nice way to stretch out the side body from standing before we do our inversion. Hands back to prayer. Keep breathing into the belly. And then look to your hammock and let's start working with the fabric. Open out the fabric, find the front edge, give it a deep shake. Start getting used to all that aerial fabric. Notice the back edge of the fabric to the back of the room. Think of it as a blanket with a front and back side. So from the front edge, we're going to place the thumb inside, put your back to the hammock facing the front of the room, and now both thumbs inside, 4 fingers free. We're going to use the 4 fingers like claws to gather the fabric and raise the thumb, lift the thumb up for 6 gathers. When you have 6 gathers into the fist, soften the elbows, walk back under your 2 hooks, that's the plumb line relationship. And notice the elbows are inside like wings. Stand, feet parallel, lift off the heels and gently place your sit bones inside the fabric, taking the fabric up to the knee crease and drawing the arms back and inside. So the arms then loop around the side of the fabric. You feel very safe and secure with the arms at the back. So avoid leaving them inside the fabric. You're not quite so secure. Stretch up and back. Start opening up from your seat. Then loop the hands around and get a nice squeeze of the fabric. So now think of the fabric like a rope at the side of the ears. Now we're going to do a little lift. As you can see, I'm doing that. Little jumps up and down. So you know that fabric holds you. And then stretching and leaning back, cycling the legs like a bike, scooch the sit bones forwards so you have the fabric in a bum wrap. Draw the legs long, squeeze the core, activate the core muscles, thumbs inside, 4 fingers out, squeeze that rope and slide the spine gently back so you're levering the body. Chin to chest, look at your feet and slide the hands up the fabric. Really engage those abdominal muscles here as you hold to lever. Keep holding your fabric and wide open the legs. Draw them back together, wide open. This is just good sort of technique to get that core firing off. Now eventually you're really going to wide open those legs and wrap them around the back of the fabric, wide circle leg lock. As you do so, the hands will slide down to the belly. Focus on the feet. They'll be in prayer or flexion around the rope. So here you can see I am praying my feet together with the knees opened like a diamond. Then taking the hands to prayer. Breathe, inhale. Exhale, palms down. So the knuckles are on the earth with the palms up to the ceiling. That's a little bit nicer for the rotation of the arms. You could try out both options and find the most comfortable spot. Now start releasing the spine. The work is happening right now. Know that it's the feet holding you in so you can relax the low body. Use a finger to point the ground so you just have that softness and gently sway the hips left to right for a spinal release. Take the hands back to prayer, nod the chin and neck to release any tension in the neck. Especially good if you've been using an iPhone today or at a desk. Take the hands to the sides. As they're lifted from the floor, try that twist again, hips swaying left to right, deepening spinal release. Soften the hands down to the earth. Take them back to prayer. And from prayer, draw the hands up to the hips and interlace them behind the back. See, can you gently hold the elbows to stretch the shoulders? Option to interlace the fingers, point through the index fingers up to the sky and then gently down to the earth, releasing out that shoulder area. Breathe into the shoulders. And you could also try a reverse prayer here. So sometimes just pick one that you like and focus on that. Then gently take the hands back to the chest in prayer, chin to chest. Look to the floor and place the palms down. This will help your blood flow if you feel like you've been inverted for a while, because you will start gazing forwards. The blood flow will shift. Palms down, shoulder distance apart, and walk the hands forwards. Plant the palms ahead as far as they can comfortably reach, and then stretch the entire spine as you relax the neck. So it's like a downward dog in the upper body, just like we did at the start. From here, gently sway the hips left to right. Find stillness. Plant the palms, steady the palms. Inhale, lift up, shoulders over wrists, look up. Exhale, stretch the shoulders back behind the wrists, soften chin to chest. Repeat. Inhale, lift up, shoulders over wrists. Exhale, stretch back, feel the breath into the spine. Inhale, lift, shoulders over wrists. Exhale, stretch back. You can repeat this flow with breath, releasing tension in the spine until finally you're ready to float the hands back. So you come underneath the plumb line. Gentle flotation, hands back to prayer. Now let's work on the abs to end the sequence. Reach the hands up towards the hips, squeeze up, draw those knees together, chin to chest, and lower down. Repeat, inhale. As you exhale, lift up, squeeze those knees together, chin to chest, abs to thighs, and release. Allow yourself to do a few more of these. They're incredible for getting into those deep abdominal muscles. Definitely challenging. You will get used to them. There is a tension feeling of that rope around the thighs, but you end up not noticing because you get used to the feeling. It's like anything new, like riding a horse or cycling a bike. It takes a little while to get used to. And then eventually relax those hands on the belly. Let's come up, look up, hold your rope between the knees, get a good grip, and then release the legs wide. Start slowly lifting up, no rush, you want to have control. Let the hammock come back underneath the thigh, up to the knee crease. Relax the chin down to the knees. You've been inverted for a while, so take time to let the blood flow settle back. Just be here in the seat. Relax the hands to the sides, but do keep them in position. Now you're fully secure, so you can just breathe. Give yourself a little longer. Inhale into the belly. Exhale. Notice how you feel. Notice how the spine feels, and gently roll back up. Stretch the hands up. Find comfort. Roll out the wrists. Release any tension. Stretch the arms to the sides. And now gently hold your rope at the sides of the ears. Lift the toes up to the ceiling and down to the earth to exit your hammock. Now I'm going to show you another way of doing that exit. It's a little trick and a flip. Using a little more core strength, we're going to get back into that fabric using the 6 gathers. Hands back, hold your rope, and this time find some courage and enjoy this one. You're going to really hold the rope. Do not slip those hands. Grip tight, lift the hips over the shoulders. Watch your technique. Slowly land, and then release the fabric. Soften the hands down to the earth. Keep in a fold, it's better for your spine, and then gently roll up. Well done. Deep stretch. Walk the feet forwards. Relax the hands to prayer. Notice how you feel now. Walk back underneath your 2 hooks. Stretch the hands up. Take the fabric in front this time. Hold the fabric in a basic grip. I'm standing just underneath my plumb line. And because I have a little bit of a long spine compared to my legs, I'm going to take a step back. You might not need to. Notice what you need for your length of the spine. And then hinge at the hips, stretch the arms forwards. Think of a right angle of the spine to the thighs and the legs. Relax the neck. The neck wants to continue from the spine here. Gaze is down. Breathe into the spine. Stretch a little left as the hips stay in place and stretch right. Feel the release. Lengthening the spine. So it is true, this is a true fact, that aerial yoga can lengthen your height. So after practice you will feel taller, as you can see. Now we're going to transition. Standing under the plumb line with the fabric behind you, reach up when you're ready. Inhale, float the hands, and then drop them behind the fabric. So the hands are looped behind the fabric. Hold the fabric to catch you at those shoulder blades. Good. Now take time to find comfort. Notice the feet. Don't let the feet trick you. Leave the feet under the 2 hooks as the spine leans back. So you have that nice diagonal plane of the body. Reach the hands back, stretch back. This is a lovely mountain peak stretch. Pray with the hands. Open the arms. Gently take yourself forward, lift off the heels, diagonal the body with the arms open. Reach back, mountain peak. Inhale here, stretch. Exhale, arms open, lift off the heels onto the toes, diagonal the body. And repeat your range of motion back and forth. Forward leaning T, come forwards, use the core, draw the belly in, and then stretch back, mountain peak. Always breathing into these poses. Very much a yoga practice. Next transition is to a supported chair pose sequence. Place the forearms on the fabric and gently sit into the pose as you drop the tailbone. Transition mountain peak. Exhale, chair. Inhale, mountain peak. Exhale, chair. This time elbows into the heart to challenge your balance. Inhale, mountain peak. Exhale, chair with the forearms on the fabric. Mountain peak. Transition to balance. Just play with that sequence. Enjoy it as you stabilize the low body. Squeeze the thighs towards one another. And then gently rock the hips left to right, releasing tension. This is the benefits of having the hammock. We can rock hips. And then from here, lengthen the body, lift the tailbone. Try not to drop that tailbone and find the full length from shoulders to toes. Reach the hands back. Breathe, inhale. Feet are wide this time to the mat, so remember to wide open the feet and sway left to right. Left knee bends as you stretch to the left. Right knee bends as you stretch to the right. So it's a swaying lunge, stretching out the sides of the spine. So that can really benefit the lower lumbar spine when we reach deeply into the side body. Come back through center. Forearms to the fabric, and then interlace the fingers behind the crown of the head, supporting the head. Chin to chest, squeeze in. Exhale, release the neck back. Changing to squeeze in and release back. So that switch is extension to flexion. The flexion is chin to chest, gently flexing in. The extension is opening the neck back. It's very good for the neck. Remember, the neck is part of that spine. And then we're going to go for those sways again, releasing left to right. I threw myself into those. I always do. They just feel so good. You're massaging out the upper spine, just under the scapula, the wings and shoulders, or wings of the shoulders. And then as you hold the fabric, gently bring the toes and heels back together. I'm going to squeeze the rope for this one and take the fabric under my belly button, walk the feet forwards, lift off the heels. Slowly roll the shoulders back, drop the hands down the fabric, release the neck, deep release of the spine here. And then walk back, hammock back to the shoulder blades. I call this a chillax position. Now let's go for that one again, but deepen. So we can really go for a full wheel here if we feel like it. Just notice if your spine feels okay. Avoid any bone-on-bone pain. And then if you can, gently deepen to open up that spine. Now the benefits of doing this in aerial is we've done a lot of spinal release already. So the spine should be very open. I don't stay too long and I come back to the seat. So just see if you want to stay a little longer. In some practices I will. Today I've just done a short wheel. We can look at that in another class. And for now, I'm going to come down to my knees because I'm a little tired. So let yourself come to the knees, sit onto the heels, holding that fabric and stretching, releasing the chest and getting a nice armpit stretch there. And then palms down, child's pose, really earthing the body. So coming down to the earth is so important in aerial. You really feel like you need it. Take the hands to the sides, curve the spine, and fully embrace your child's pose. Very womb-like. Feel the belly into the thighs. As you inhale, belly will rise. Exhale, empty the breath. prana energy always for me. Oh, don't worry if you catch your hair in the fabric, always happens to me. And back down, sloping back up. So I've done that twice to show you that you really want to peel the spine back up. And then finishing practice, coming to the heart prayer, noticing how you feel now in the body. Namaste. Class is complete. Thank you so much for joining me to practice today. And remember to subscribe if you'd like to enjoy more classes with me, Ali King.